So you met in July, and then you got married in
May
May.
2024.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
Less than a year.
yeah,
10 months.
yeah. 10 months. If we
10
put it in
Almost
months,
months.
10
yeah,
months to our first date.
yeah,
Almost 10 months to the first date.
yeah.
Oh, wow. So you met on a dating app and you got married 10 months later.
Yep. I'm telling.
Wow.
This is your reaction. Just that's everybody else's too. Trust me. We still get it. We still getting reactions like this.
Wow. Jamilah and Onyi met on the dating app BLK. At first, neither of them was looking for anything serious. Onyi had just come out of an 8-month relationship, and Jamilah just wanted to date and have fun. But after 7 months of casually dating, everything changed. They made it official, and just a few months later, they were married. That's right, from swipe to I do in only 10 months. And now they've been happily married for a year. I'm Dee Dee Patterson, and on this channel, I share real stories of couples who found lasting love online because I want you to believe in love again and know that dating apps really can work. I know because I met my husband of 15 years on a dating app too. This story proves how quickly your love life can change once you swipe right on the right person. So welcome. So today we have the Onyi family, and we have Jamilah and Onyi with us today. So we're gonna just get started. The first question is, what do you guys do for a living?
You want to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I'm a registered dietitian. I have my own business, a Fresh Page LLC. My PhD is in nutrition. And so I do a lot of community nutrition, community work, healthcare work, public policy, public health, you name it.
Nice. Yeah, we'll make sure to put a link to your business in the description.
Thank you.
I currently work for Mercedes, but I schooled at UAB. That's where I got my master's in mechanical engineering. I spent a few years in England as well, getting my bachelor's, also in mechanical engineering. I will say I am rooted in the engineering field.
Nice.
Basically.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure people knew who you were. So how long have you been married?
We've been married for over a year now.
A year.
Yeah, a year and 3 months?
Yes.
A year and 3 months. Actually, this
A year
is the
and
third
3
month.
months.
Yeah.
Because we got married at the end of May. End of May.
End of May last year.
May 2024?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Wow, we got a year. Okay, so what site did you meet on?
BLK.
BLK.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, yeah, I was here. BLK. I just while I was on that site, I never believed I was trying to find somebody like this, because BLK just wasn't giving me the right vibe anyway. So I was surprised. Yeah,
I was
I'm still surprised.
Yeah, BLK is winning so far. Most of my couples have met on BLK. So wow.
Oh, cool. Okay, because I was thinking it was going to be more like a Tinder, or maybe something else. That's not.
Yeah, people aren't really serious.
Because people are. Yeah, BLK is not. I want to say it's not really necessarily serious dating sites. If you understand what I'm trying to say. Yeah. I'm still a little bit surprised.
Okay. So how did you meet? Who wants to go first telling the story?
So
you go first.
Okay, so I moved back home I quit my job.
Okay.
From being a professor. I was a professor for 2 years in Kentucky, and I quit my job to start my business, so I moved back home. So that means I had not been on dating sites since for about 2 years, because no professor wants to run into a student. So I was all completely off dating sites.
Okay.
I moved back home and I got on BLK, and I moved home at the very end of June 2023. We met in July of 2023.
That's a month later.
Not even a month. Not even a month. And so within a few weeks, I saw his picture. I swiped right. Well, whichever. I don't know if it's right or left. But
I think it's right. Yeah.
I swiped right. We matched. To be honest, I wasn't looking for anything serious. I had just come home. I just wanted to have fun. I'm just trying to at least get my feet back, put my feet in the water, because I had been off the dating sites for 2 years. And then we had a great first date. Our first phone conversation
lasted almost
2 hours.
Almost 2 hours, yeah.
And it was early in the morning because he works at night.
Yeah.
So we talked at about what was like 6 a.m.
Yep. It was about 8:30 in the morning
Mm-hmm.
before I went to bed.
Okay.
And then our first date, we went and got Mexican food first.
Okay.
Which was really fun. But because I met him online, I actually had my two sisters waiting on us at a concert. And he was okay with it because I said, we were going to have dinner by ourselves. At least we'll have some alone time.
Mm-hmm.
But we went to the concert with my sisters and one of their boyfriends. So that was just kind of my way of saying, okay, I don't know who I'm meeting, but at least he knows that people are expecting me somewhere. So after the Mexican restaurant, he kissed me right after the Mexican restaurant.
Oh, wow. Let me back up a little bit. So you met from when you met to when you went on your first date, or the first time you saw him and you swiped right. What was that gap?
It's like 3 weeks, I think.
Maybe not even 3 weeks. I don't think.
2 weeks, yeah.
Maybe just 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2 weeks. Yeah. 2 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. So you were just
we talked a
talking.
while on the phone. Yeah.
You talked a while on the phone. Okay.
Yeah, it was kind of hard to like find the right time because I work nights and working nights. If you've ever been with somebody who works nights, it's a horrible schedule.
Right.
Like, every time everybody's getting ready to do everything, you sleeping.
Right.
And then when everybody's outside partying, having fun, you at work.
Right.
So I really only had Saturdays off, and then I spent most of my Saturdays sleeping. So
Right.
we had to make it work. So we spoke for a while, and then we decided like whatever happens that day, we are seeing each other today. So yeah. I got up. I was still a little tired from work, but yeah, we made it. Yeah.
Was it a Saturday?
Yeah, it was on a Saturday. Yeah, it was on a Saturday.
It was. Okay.
And then I think the concert we went to was it in Birmingham Park?
It was
the name of that park.
Kelly Ingram Park, right across from the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. We went to a Big Crit concert.
Yeah, it was just a little concert, but it was outside, and people.
They had food trucks.
They had. It was nice.
It was fun.
I don't know if you know the artist called Jadena, but he was there as well.
Yes, he was there too.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was a nice little concert, and we didn't have to break the bank to get the ticket. It was $25.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good concert. It was a fun festival kind of thing.
Yeah.
Tell your side of the story of how you met on a dating app, Onyi.
Yeah, that's fine. So we obviously, like, I saw her pictures. I went through her profile. She looked good because my family, or my dad in particular, he's big on like education. So seeing the fact that she had a PhD, that was really good. So we got to talking, and then we spoke on the phone. We were supposed to meet at first at a coffee shop, but that never happened because like I said, schedule, timing,
right?
It just wasn't going to work. So we decided, on one of my off days, or the only off days I really had, which was Saturday, we have to do something together. She brought up the concerts.
Oh, okay.
Going to see Big Crit, her sister's gonna be there, and then whatnot. So I was like, well, I can send you the money for the tickets. So you could just buy our tickets, and then we go meet up at the Mexican restaurant first, have some food to eat, then we go to the concerts. So like it was. I will say my wife she plans pretty good. So it's like I'm not the best of planner. I know we have the fun. So I just be like, babe, what you want to do? She's like, okay, this is what we got planned. I'll be like, okay, well, how much you need? So I sent her the money for everything, and she got our tickets, made sure we went to the Mexican restaurant on time because she didn't want to be late for her concert.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? So all of this had already started happening before we were even together. So it was, I would say it was a nice first impression, getting to know somebody for the first time and seeing how they were. So I spotted all of that right from the get-go. Like, she likes to be on time. She likes to plan, she has to stuff has to go for her instead of way. I was like, okay, she's definitely the one. So
very type A.
She was very type A. Very, very type A. Very type A for real. So I sent her the money and we did all that, and then we met at the restaurant. Like she said, we had a nice meal. I had a few margaritas because I love margaritas.
Okay.
And then we went to the concert. So, and the reason why I enjoyed myself at the concert is because it was outside. So even if it was a crowd, it wasn't hot, it wasn't packed. You can move freely, we were not in a concealed space here. So it was pretty good because she would tell you, I'm not necessarily a big fan of crowds. So, so that actually helped. And then there was food trucks around us and everything. It was a very good first date, I will say.
Yes. And he got a very high rating from my sisters that night because remember, they were there. And he bought drinks for everybody, multiple rounds of drinks.
Wow.
Which is the weight of my sister's heart. By the time we were leaving, he and I were both saying, oh, we had a great time. This is a great first date. And then my sisters got in the car and we all were on the phone. They said, we like him. And so I said, okay, from a scale of 1 to 10, what do you all think? And they both said 9.5 because they couldn't give anybody a perfect 10.
Wow.
I said, okay, you did great with the sisters.
That's
You did
great.
great.
They were excited, man. She said, she also pointed out the fact that I actually made jokes. So, you know,
Yes.
I guess that helped.
We
They
did.
thought I was funny.
Yeah, and they said that from the way we talked on our first date, they both thought that we looked like we had known each other our whole lives.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was a lot of signs from the get-go, you know. Like I'm saying, you weren't thinking about it back then, but like, you know, looking back now, it's like
oh, okay.
Yeah. This is exactly what everybody was trying to point out. If you see what I'm saying.
You said there were a lot of signs. What were some of the other signs besides her sister liked you?
Like she was very patient. I easily get frustrated. It's just the kind of personality trait I have. Okay, so having somebody, my star sign is a Taurus. I don't know if you believe in astrology, but like I am a Taurus. Like we calm for the most part. Why are you smiling? We are calm for the most part, but like, you know, we easily get frustrated. So she's the opposite. Yeah, she doesn't get easily ticked off like I do. She's patient. She's kind. And like I said, she likes to prepare. I'm not necessarily a preparatory kind of guy. You see what I'm saying? Like I prepare when it's time to work and get money. Besides getting ready for work, I promise you, like everything else is just all over the place.
Everything
so, you know,
else
it's like, so that's where she comes in.
in.
You see what I'm saying? Is like she completes, that part of me that doesn't necessarily like to do everything in time. And I will say I'm not the best at keeping up with time, except going to work. Because, you know, if you come to work a few times, you get fired. If you come to work late a few times, they're going to fire you. So I'm saying besides my work life, I wasn't really trying to better other parts of me, if you see what I'm trying to say.
Right.
So
yeah.
that's where she really comes in, if you see what I'm saying. Yeah. Because it was just work for me every day. It was crazy. Yeah. I even worked on some of my off days, so you know, just to get extra cash. So her coming into my life, it kind of gave me a balance I never had. If you see what I'm trying to say, because I barely had time for my friends too. We only saw on the weekends, and that could be like once every 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
So you know, it wasn't constant. But you know, having her in my life, her friends come over all the time, and then her friends I've get to meet my friends. So it's like our friend circle have increased, which kind of helps too. So,
and we take a lot of trips.
And we take a lot of trips.
He wasn't taking any trips.
I wasn't taking any trips.
Even though he's lived in 3 different continents.
Wow.
I never really traveled there. So
he's lived in different places, but he was so focused on just on you know, his goals and you know, things like that we took our first trip after we officially got into a relationship. One of his best friends said that his brother said that, you know, I could never get him to take a trip with me. And I don't know how you got him to go on a trip. And I said, it was actually his idea to go on a trip. It was his idea. When he asked me to be in a relationship, he said, look, I want to go, I want to travel, I want to do things. And, you know, he sent me the money. I find the Airbnb or find where we're gonna stay. And we've had a good time. This whole summer we've been traveling. This entire summer. We've been everywhere. Indianapolis, Chicago, Louisville, DC. We did the whole DMV area.
Wow.
And then we still going to the beach.
Okay. So let me go back a little bit. On the dating site, like what made each other stand out? Like what made Onyi stand out for you, Jamilah?
I would say, first of all, on one of his pictures, he has I don't know if you've seen, but he has really nice teeth.
Okay.
He has really nice teeth.
Oh, okay. I can see them now.
And so he has a very pretty smile. And so on one of his pictures, he was leaning back and just smiling. And I was like, he has a beautiful smile. And so that was the first thing. And then also his eyes are very soft. He has very kind eyes.
She likes to blow my bubbles. Go, babe. Don't stop.
Did you look at the bio part of it, or is that smile was the main thing? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I did look at that. I was surprised that he was in engineering. I was not expecting to find someone with a master's degree.
Wow.
That stood out too.
That's why I say going back to that app, it was like I don't know. I wasn't expecting to meet my wife on that app. So every time I look back, I'm grateful because I met a great woman. It still shocks me because right after I met her and you know we started talking and we got serious, I deleted all my dating apps. So I don't miss BLK. I do not miss BLK at all. Yeah. So but it was nice. I got Jamilah off there.
What made her stand out on the dating app?
Yeah, like I said, I looked looked at her profile, she looked really good, and I liked what I
Okay.
saw. But also, I have to bring whoever I'm dating back to my family. So her having a PhD was really a plus for me because
Right.
my dad is a sucker for education. Like he loves people who want to be educated, who actually go to school. So I would say that, and then getting to know her,
Right.
like because you can know somebody just by chatting and texting for 2 weeks. But when I met her in person, it gave a whole other impression. So it's like because with me, I eventually like to meet somebody I'm talking to in person because that kind of gives you a better view or better impression of the person. They don't always act in person the way they are over text messages, if that makes sense.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So like I had to wait to meet her in person to add to what I already saw online, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And then when you guys first saw each other, was it love at first sight, or what were your thoughts when you first met?
We were definitely attracted to each other, but I was not looking for a relationship, and neither was he in the beginning. We were looking to date and just have a good time. He had been in a relationship earlier that year, and
it didn't go great. So I was kind of like, I was dating my ex 8 months before I met Jamilah. So it's like, we had broken up like, I want to say like 2-3 months before. I don't necessarily believe in love at first sight. I believe you have to know somebody before you can even get there. You see what I'm saying? So even if I'm feeling your vibe on the first day, I don't know how this is going to go 3-4 weeks down the line. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, that's just me personally. I let it, develop. And so far, I'm glad I took that decision, take our time, because, we didn't start dating until like 6-7 months after.
Yeah.
But all this while we were still like, we were still together, like we hung out a lot, but we weren't officially committed until after like 6-7 months. And then a couple months after that, we decided to get married, which everybody got blown away by.
Yeah, we went to the courthouse on a random Tuesday.
So you met in July, and then you got married in
May 2024.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Less than a year.
Yeah.
10 months.
Yeah, 10 months. If we
10
put it
months.
10 months to our first date.
Yeah.
Almost 10 months to the first date.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you met on a dating app and you got married 10 months later.
Yep.
Wow.
This is your reaction. That's everybody else's too. Trust we still getting reactions like this.
Wow. That's great. So now that you've been married for a year, it's been a year, right? Yeah, you've been married now that you've been married for a year, what do you like most about him? What do you like most about Onyi?
I would say, we're both different sides of the same coin when it comes to planning or preparation, things like that. But what I really do love is on the times where I'm just sometimes overwhelmed because I do plan a little too much. I can, overthink. He can be the yin to the yang. He can be so calm. He gets things done. And another thing I love about him is that I don't have to ask him. One thing that stood out to me about him was it was always pulling teeth with other guys. They would kind of say, oh, I kind of want something, but I'm not sure. And then it was kind of that situationship thing. He was always very direct. When he said he wanted a relationship, he said, I want to get married. I want to have a family. I want to live together.
Wow.
By the time he met my mom, she said, what are we doing? What are your plans for my child? He said, I want to get married. I want to move in together. I want to have a family. And I just love how direct he is.
Good.
It's the same person that I'm with in private is the same person that everyone else meets.
Right.
And what he's telling me is not different from what he's telling everybody else.
Right. Yeah, women would love to have someone who's like direct and is not like confusing them about what they want. So that's good that he has that. And then and you've already talked about it a few times, but what do you like the most about Jamilah?
Okay, adding to what we've already spoken about, she's a great chef. Okay, like she can cook so great. Which coming from the family where I come from or the background where I come from, because I'm Nigerian, we are vegan. We're vegan cooking. You see what like cooking, and we cook a lot because like my dad had 5 kids. Like my sister was the first child, so we were always cooking. Like, because feeding four boys is a lot. So yeah, it was always food at home. So my wife, she cooks a lot, which is a plus. Like I love it. And then also it kind of helps us in terms of not eating out a lot because that way we can save money as well. And I'm just not a big fan of fast food. So I'd have it every now and then, but I try to cut it down.
Yeah.
So she's a great chef, but she's also very spiritual because every time we got to go out on one of our many road trips, we always pray. We thank the Lord for a new day, and then the fact that she owns her own business, it just tells me she's driven. Like she has a goal, she's chasing, she has a purpose, and she's going after her calling. So all of these, added to her very many other great qualities. Yeah. I was like, yeah, this is definitely the one. Now, sometimes she gets on my nerves, and I'm pretty sure I know I get on her nerves too. So, it's like, it's normal, it's going to happen because we do have different personalities,
Right.
Like, so that hasn't changed, but we're trying to make sure every layer that we need to put aside so we can flatten it out. We definitely try to. Because sometimes I get really upset and sometimes it's not about her. But the only person at home currently is my wife. So it's like I tend to spill my anger over on her. So which is not always great, but she understands that sometimes it's not about me, but while he's in this mood, I'm gonna let him be. But when he's calm, she comes talk to me and they will resolve the issue.
Yeah.
Like we've never had to do no marriage counseling, none of that. We should, but like we've never had to because we always resolve our issues internally.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, so these are all qualities about her that, because you never really get to know somebody in 2 years because we've really been together for 2 years. So it's like the more we stay together, the more I find stuff about her that I like. So it never stops.
Yeah. And he's always ready to talk. He's always, even if he doesn't, he's like, just give me a few minutes. I should go upstairs. He's most likely going to go take a nap and then he'll be ready to come and talk. And that's another thing I like about him. I think he is he's emotionally intelligent. He's emotionally intelligent enough to say, look, I just need some time. I need a minute.
Okay.
I'm over it. Just let me go lay down.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. And I think Onyi kind of answered the next question. But Jamilah, how did you know he was the one after 10 months? Like, how did you know he was the one?
So it was before we actually got into a relationship within those first 7 months of us getting to know each other.
Yeah.
He kept saying things. Keep in mind, we weren't even in a relationship. He would say things like, when we get married, we're going to do this and this. When we get married, it's going to do this and this. Like,
wow.
Getting married? Like, we're not even in a relationship. Why are you saying when we get married? And so, but what stood out to me across the entire time that we've known each other is that regardless of whether he was ready for a relationship or when we first met, when it was when we did transition, he was always such a gentleman. He was always so respectful, just so clear.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Like he was from the beginning just solid. If we were going somewhere that was never, how you run into those guys that can be bums. Some of them are just trying to find someone to just take care of them. Some of them are just trying to, get whatever it is they want and then leave. But when it came to him, it was like how he said he sent the money for the tickets. He has been at least trying to take care of me or wanting to be a part of this from the very beginning. When I would buy things or if I tried to treat him when we were in the dating phase, he was like, no, give me the receipt and I'm going to give you the money back, because he was always like, no, he was always showing that he could provide. And I loved that.
Yeah, very good. Did you have anything else to add for how you knew she was the one?
Well, I've really spoken about everything else, but I would also say, like, ever since I've been with her, she's one of the few ladies I've dated that, or I'm married to right now, that's pretty good with money. Okay. Like,
good.
I don't want to sound sexist, right? Because it's not a woman thing, but like some of the women I've been with in the past, they were not necessarily good with. And we just, when you look at how everything is right now with the economy, because we decided to hold off on a baby, for this very reason. We are gonna have kids, but just not anytime soon. But it's like it's just nice to be with somebody who knows how to manage. That's a good steward of the funds, because I don't like to throw money away. Because it's just because I work so hard for it. So I guess in a unit, that's something people are also looking for.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So my wife has really shown me over time that, even the little she has, like the little she makes every now and then from a business, she handles it pretty well.
Yeah.
And, she treats the people she works with respect. So I just don't want to be respected alone by the person who loves me. I want to make sure you respect other people too.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So that shows that's just you, that you're not trying to act a certain way around me and act differently around people. So the fact she was good with her money and she respects other people, these are good qualities to look out for. So yeah, I'm definitely going to put that in there. Yeah.
Yeah. That's so cute.
She blushes a little bit. I don't know.
I'm the bushy one.
She's always, I'm happy to do
even when my food is really good, I say, babe, is it good? He's like, it's all right. I mean, it's okay.
I try not to praise her too much, Just give her just enough praise, yeah.
Okay, so what advice do you have for people who are on dating apps and they're hoping to find their person? Like, what advice do you have for them?
Well, let me go first. Personally, I feel like if it's the dude or a lady, depends on what you're looking for. You know, you as a person, you have to know what you really want, first of all, before trying to, lay that burden on somebody else.
Yeah,
You see what
right.
I'm saying? Because I feel like most people, they say they want this, they want that. They want a good caring man, somebody who makes a certain amount of money, who does this, but they themselves, they not ready to be with somebody like that.
That's true.
And the reverse is the case for dudes as well. Like you want a woman who's loyal, who takes care of you, but you don't take care of your initial needs right now. Like in terms of like if you've got family you're living with, or maybe you've got a mom or a brother you're staying with. If you're not taking care of that need, then you're not gonna take care of a woman when she comes into your life. So I feel like you need to try and reflect what you want to see in somebody else, if you see what I'm trying to say.
Wow.
Before you start thinking of something like that. Yeah. So I think you need to be who you're trying to attract.
I love
if
it.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's good.
that's what I would say. Yeah. And then when you find that person, then both of you can always grow from there. Because, like I said, you don't never completely really know somebody. You're always learning new stuff about the person as you go. Because ever since I got married to my wife, I realized she has like 1 million family members all over the country. It's crazy. Like I keep meeting new family members like every other month. So
Mom had 16 siblings.
yes,
Oh
ma'am.
wow.
Yes.
16.
So it's a lot of our family I haven't even met. And they're here in Birmingham with us. They are right here in Birmingham with us. I've never seen them. I've never met them. Her family is just so huge. So I'm just saying it's like, and then she hasn't met any of my family because most of my folks are back in Nigeria. But eventually we do plan to travel so she can meet my folks. So I'm saying it's like all of that to say you cannot expect somebody to be what you're not. If you're looking for a serious relationship, something that you're committed to. So I just feel like a lot of people are hypocritical about that. I just wanted to put that out there. Because it's like they want a certain standard, but they're not ready to keep up to that standard they're asking for somebody else from. So I feel like, you gotta look inwards first. Then once you know what you want, you cannot put yourself out there hoping you're gonna find somebody who's on the same wavelength with you.
And he was always really good with that. He always had good boundaries from the beginning. He said, look, he let me know, I'm not gonna let you stress me out. I'm not. He told me one time, I don't remember what it was, but we had some kind of argument one time, and it was like in the middle of the night. He said, look, and this was at his house. He said, look, this is my house. He said, I understand you're upset, but I'm not going to let you disturb my peace. And I love that because I kept saying I wanted someone who loved themselves enough to be able to set clear boundaries. It's like it was just a very like, look, I hear you. I'm too frustrated, but this is also my house. Either we can chill.
Or you could go home.
Exactly. He said, you can go home. And what did I do? I was like, well, I guess I'm going to sit down. Because it wasn't that big of a deal, right? I'm just making it a big deal. And which I was aware of.
I remember that.
But he was very calm when he said it. And of course I pouted, but I laid back down. But I would say that to the question of what advice would I give other people, it was one of my best girlfriends, one of my most amazing sisters in life. And she was just the queen of online dating. She also met her current partner online, and they just moved in together. And she gave me some dating rules. I told her, because she had some really good dates from being online. I said, please give me your secret. What is it? And so she told me a couple of things. She said, if they don't have enough pictures of themselves on there, then I don't want to swipe right on them. And the other one was, if they didn't take the time to complete the profile, they don't really care about the goal. Like if you can't take the time to complete the profile, will you actually take the time to get to know me?
Yeah, those been.
And that was and when Tierney gave me those rules, I said, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna use that. So I will say that, like, even though it's a virtual world that we are forced to live in right now, honestly. And so navigating that, I would say, if you're going to be using online apps, make sure that the person is really taking the time to put their best foot forward to know if they really are being serious.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
little detail, but like I've seen instances where you have like a profile, but it's only like 75% complete. So
Exactly.
like, you could just do that at
Oh,
25. And then like I said, these are little details, but like usually the devil is in the detail, right? So if you can complete your own online profile, like,
right.
like how,
How
like
you
yeah,
gonna
how
be
you
able
gonna
to?
yeah, so it's kind of what I said, going back to when I said, if you're looking for something, make sure you are what you're trying to attract. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
you guys are not going to be 100%, perfect, but like, nobody's perfect. So you're not looking for a perfect partner. You're just looking for somebody who at least can complement what you already come with. Yeah, but if you don't have that, you can ask for it. That's what
Yeah.
I feel. Yeah. And I feel like, yeah, that's what should be put out there for people who are trying to get into a committed relationship. Yeah. Either dating or marriage.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
That you have to look for someone who compliments you and you have to match whatever you're looking for.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
both of those are good. What marriage advice do you have? I know you've been married for a year, but I think it's enough that you could give marriage advice.
Okay, first off, I'm big on finances. Okay, so I'm gonna start with money because
Yeah, that's
the
good.
world revolves around money. So I feel like,
And you're good at managing.
yeah, if you guys can't manage your resources, correctly, now that's going to be a major issue down the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that's the first thing. So, like I said, that's another reason why I love my wife, because I know even if Beyonce is in town, she's probably not going to go spend a $450 ticket just to go see Beyonce. You see what I'm saying? Like, little stuff like that adds up, because I've never been to a stadium. I love to watch soccer. Never been to a soccer stadium. Never been to a game. I would like to eventually, but I just feel like right now, just the thing around money is just, everything is crazy right now. So like
Okay.
grocery shopping, renting,
Yes.
raising a child. So that's another reason why I told you we holding back on having a baby right now. So I feel like if y'all can't manage your finances properly, I'm talking about like together. Because
Right.
when you get married, it's not an I thing no more. It's now we and us.
Yes.
So if y'all can find a way to manage your finances together, that's going to be is really going to be a huge problem. And then,
Right.
like also, whenever you guys have issues, it's always best to try and resolve it as soon as possible. I'm not saying at the moment, but like, when you've calmed down, when you've blown steam off, it's always good to go revise the issue. It helps, because that kind of helps you guys. It brings you guys closer, because it strengthens that bond which you guys already have. So I feel
Yeah.
like the money thing, reconciliation is key, because we are going to keep forgiving ourselves forever for as long as we live. Like, it's never going to end, because that's why it's called till death do us part. So there's going to be a lot of forgiveness along the way.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of, arguing along the way. But, so long as you guys decide to stick with it, I think everybody should be fine. And then, just, taking your time in whatever you decide to do. Like, even if it's having a child, buying a house, don't rush into a situation you're not really prepared for. Yeah. And again, when you're prepping, it has to be both of y'all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if your wife is not in agreement with a certain decision you're trying to make, you got to find out why. Maybe she's seeing something you're not seeing. If your husband is not in agreement with the decision you want to make, you have to find out why. Maybe he's seeing something you're not seeing. So everything has to be done together. And that's really hard, especially coming from where me and my wife came from. I've really been independent for a long time. You see, and she's also been independent for a long time. So it's like, so us coming together, trying to merge our stuff, it's going to be clashes here and there, because, sometimes you just want to go ahead and do one thing. Sometimes I just want to go ahead and do my own thing, but I can't just leave my wife hanging.
Yeah.
Good.
You feel me? So I have to always bring her along. So I will say these are just little advice, for people who plan to get married. It's not easy. I will say that.
No, it's not.
It's not easy, especially like, even down to watching TV shows. Sometimes she's going to grab the remote and put on something I don't want to watch. So what's going to happen then? Are we going to start fighting? So like, I have to make it work. Sometimes I'm watching what she doesn't want to watch. Or sometimes I'm on the game. So it's like, we've always found a way to make it work here. So
or you're gonna watch a show and an episode without me.
Yeah, she complains about that all the time.
You're gonna
But
watch it without
I'm not patient. Yeah, I just keep watching without my wife. Yeah, she knows that. But I told her, I always apologize to her. But yeah, it's like, I'm not patient. Once I start watching whatever I like, started watching, and it's interesting, I just keep going. Now, I forget we started the show together because he's
Oh,
just so good. Yeah. So,
He
oops.
left
you know,
the Harry Potter
it's
rewatch.
just, you guys just have to find a way to make it work every
Yeah.
time because it's not going to be the same situation that arises every day.
Yes.
Yeah, we've only been in it for a year, but I would say we've had all different kinds of arguments, I would say, around money, emotional, emotional boundaries with family.
Mm.
Yeah, like a lot of people didn't agree to the way we got married. Some people are still coming around. They still,
Okay.
they still, getting all of that has caused
Because
friction.
we didn't do a wedding. We didn't do
we didn't do no wedding. We didn't do,
okay.
it was just, go to the courthouse, we sign papers and we call it a day. Some people are still getting used to that because, like in their time, there had to be a whole ceremony, a whole wedding.
Yes.
We're like, first off, we can't afford no wedding right now. So it's like, we did the best we can based on our pockets because we're not trying to make nobody pay for our wedding. I wasn't trying to make our folks pay for it and she wasn't trying to make my folks pay for it. So we're like, you know what, let's do what we can between us. Again, that's where that us thing comes in. It's like, decide what you want to do and just call it a day. Folks are going to be mad regardless.
They are.
Right.
So,
you're never going to make them happy.
You're never going to make everybody happy. So just do what works for you. But also
Exactly.
respectfully. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. The last question. What is your favorite part about being married?
I would say the built-in best friend because we have a good time.
Yeah.
We have a really good time.
I would say I got my personal drinking partner.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, we have a really good time. When we went to Chicago by ourselves for about 4 days, in the time we were there, I try to get at least 10,000 steps a day. But within 2 days, we got 40,000 steps.
Yeah.
We walked all of Chicago.
All over Chicago.
I mean, just between finding ice cream, a deep dish pizza.
We went to the beach. What's that beach?
Oh yeah, the Lake Michigan.
Yeah, beach. Lake Michigan. Yeah, we went to Lake Michigan. We walked. We walked all of because the beach is so long. So we walked along the whole shoreline from start to finish. Yeah.
And so we have a good time, and it's just like on our first date when we were walking in the park before the concert started. We talked, we laughed. Then we'd be quiet for a minute. We look at the trees, look at the birds, maybe talk about the flower. Then we go back to maybe a conversation. Then we get quiet again. It's really cool. He's my life witness.
Everybody calls us everybody says we feel or we act like we've been married for like 30 years. Yeah. So they call us the boring couple. Yeah. We are the boring couple, yeah. Like we like to stay home, just watch TV. We'll go out every now and then, right? But like one of our bonding times, believe it or not, is when we go grocery shopping. I'm telling you, yes. I don't see you see how you smile, but yeah, that's one of the times we enjoy. Like I'm always working at night, so like I'm off today. So like we've just slept in all day. Like we were supposed to go grocery shopping, but like
just worn out.
So we just worn out. Yeah, so we slept in all day. But usually when we go grocery shopping, we do it together. And then some of our friends be like, "Your husband loves grocery shopping." She's like, "Yeah, like we do that a lot." So
we go to 5 different stores.
Yeah, we go to
We have our list
because we always have a whole list. We go if we can find it at Audi, we go Walmart. We're gonna find it at Walmart. We go Sam's. We go Publix. Yeah. We have a whole thing going on when it comes to grocery shopping. Here.
We taking shots before grocery shopping.
It's like she's my personal drinking partner for real. So I kind of like that because you have to make it fun because marriage is going to get stale. It's going to get boring because, y'all are going to be together for such a long time. So you have to find a way to make it fun, however little that is. Exactly. Sometimes it could be just driving around the neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? Or like just walking to go get the mail or just walking around your neighborhood. Like you have to do something to make it fun. So I will say marriage in itself, there's no fun if you don't try to make it fun. That's what I'm trying to say. So it boils down to the individual. And I feel like, or the couple, I should say, because we're no longer individuals. That was the wrong choice of word. Yeah, it boils down to the couple. Yeah, so it's like it depends on what y'all decide to do, no matter how little it is. Because trust me, we get called boring couple a lot, but I feel like we're doing pretty okay when it comes to fun.
We have a great time.
Yeah, our idea of fun is just different.
Right.
Like some of our friends around our age, because we both 30 years of age. Yeah. So most of our friends around our age, they still want to go out partying. They still want to go out clubbing, which is not bad. I have no qualms against that, but that's just not me. No.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. I want to stay at home, get a glass of wine, get some, get a whiskey, get some tequila. I want to just stay at home, get a bottle, and just watch TV and chill. So that's my idea of fun right now. But I want to do that with my wife though. Sometimes folks just don't like that because they want to drink, but they also want to be outside. I'm like, I'm fine drinking in my sofa and I'm falling asleep. Yeah,
Falling asleep.
I'm fine doing that because
so many
so many
times.
times. Like we wake up and the episode we started on is like episode 1. We wake up to like episode 14 or 15 because it just kept going. So we slept off. Yeah. So it's like I like that. Some people they still want to be outside. They want to go clubbing, and it's like for me, clubbing is stressful right now, man. I don't want to stand that long. Like I don't want to be around a lot of people.
Places to have food.
I just want to be where you can eat. So I rather go to a lounge or a bar as opposed to going to a club. You see what I'm saying? Because you can get drinks at the lounge, but you can also eat. Yeah. So we like trying, and I love to try different foods. My wife does too. So she's a sucker for different kind of cuisines. So we try all kinds of stuff like Jamaican, Indian, Chinese, Japanese. Everything. Yeah, everything.
Wow. So for Jamilah, your favorite part of marriage, and I love it, is you're with your built-in best friend. So is that the same thing for you, Onyi? Is it?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We do a lot of stuff together when we do have time. And like I said, it's fun for me because I have said it a couple times, but I'm going to say it again. I have my personal drinking partner. So drinking alone is boring. You feel me? Sometimes you need somebody to be there with you. So, but other than that, I also have my personal accountant. I have my personal chef. I have my personal grocery shopping buddy. I have it all in her for real. Like she's really my best friend, I will say. Because again, being a Taurus, I don't know if you've read the personality of a Taurus, but like we kind of loners in a way. Like, or at least I know I'm a loner. Yeah, like I like to be by myself. Yeah. So being married, I can't put myself in that bracket no more because I'm never alone. If you see what I'm trying to say, I always have somebody that's around my corner. Yeah, even if I'm not physically around her, I know she's always there for me.
I love it.
He says great things. I don't even make him say these things either.
Oh,
baby, rehearse with him or anything.
You guys are so cute. Thanks so much for watching. If this story inspired you, don't forget to subscribe for more real life love stories from couples who met on dating apps. And if you're ready to find your own person, I've linked some free resources below to help you get started. See you in the next video.